All right. So we are making, so this is, I actually do these a lot. I do not normally record me doing them. This particular brand, Crazy, is my favorite. And it's properly called Crazy Poppin' Cookin'.
Poppin' Cookin'.
I have an inability to say that without doing this. So if I refer to it as Poppin' Chicken, I apologize. I usually accidentally call it Crazy Poppin' Chicken candy. So here we go. So this is the sushi set. This is one of my favorite ones, just because there's a lot of variety going on here. The nice thing about these is that they do have the instructions step by step, and even if it's not on English, if you get one like from eBay or something like that that's not in English, this QR code will bring you to a website that will translate it. Also, a really great time is scanning the back of this in Google Translate and enjoying what comes out of that, which is not, maybe I'll post some of the photos we've had of that over time in that thing there. This means some of these ingredients are not the correct ingredients. That's all right. I added some things to this pack. So we will need our instructions. So I like to scissor this open.
This is an amazing vigil practice.
I like these tiny things because I feel like anybody here watch Ghibli movies?
Yes.
Like Spirited Away, Ponyo. Yeah. So one of my favorite things about Ghibli Studio is the attention to detail. Particularly with little kids, in a scene where a kid is coming in out of the snow, they go into the great detail of the ordeal it is for a kid to remove a scarf and put their thing on the wall and like get a shoe off and get the other shoe off and like have their hair tiled or whatnot. And those little like in-between steps that you could just have panned away for, that Ghibli leaves in, like, I love that. So the tiny little steps of making tiny food just gives me joy. So we have all these. So this is actually an exercise in Christian, what's it called, gastronomy? These are all powders that are going to magically transform into different textured thingies here. So we've got our salmon roe, our tuna candy powder, soy sauce. This is a different. Oh, this one is the other element of the candy roe, and omelet, and this is the rice candy powder. So, and then we have this mystery chunk of black that seems to be about the consistency of a Starburst. And then we have our nice little molds here. So let's see. We've got, I don't know if you guys can read. So I'm going to read things over here. Wash your hands well and prepare a glass of water. We've got our glass of water. I already washed my hands. So first we're going to make rice. Fill the oval depression number 1 with water, then add packet of powder from the blue packet. Stir until thick like rice. So doesn't actually say how much water to put in there. Let me see here. Fill depression. That's right. We got this.
We're gonna wing it.
We're gonna do it. It's all science. There's no winging in science.
As long as you write it down, it is science.
It is.
Just because you don't succeed doesn't mean it's not science.
That could be very exact.
Still a lot of science and failure.
There is. I think we're at.
I like that. If you write it down, then it's science. I like it.
All right.
Oh man, they even give you a pipette. That's great.
Of course they do. It's science.
Science. This is candy science.
Candy science, tiny food.
Now, so this came with what I like to call the instrument of the shovel. This this is not enough for our science. We had to bring forth the many tools I have gathered over time for tiny candy science. Those are going to be important later. All right. So let's see. We need the blue packet. It does not say on here, but if you need an adult for scissors.
Often. I often need an adult.
All right. So this powder is just a white powder, and it's joining with our stuff here. And it smells incredibly sweet. It smells like what was that candy back in the day? Excuse me, right up my nose. Pixie sticks. It smells like pixie sticks.
I love pixie sticks.
Yeah. So.
Does that look like rice?
It's starting to. I'm gonna hold it up a little bit to the camera so you can.
Cake batter to me. As a socially distant scientist assistant here. That looks more like cake batter than rice.
You gotta give it a minute to mixture in.
All right.
It's gotta
allow more time for the scientific process.
Science takes a minute sometimes. It does actually. So I know my camera is probably not great for it. Let's see. But yeah, it does actually look quite a bit once you kind of get a little choppied up. Like the texture is actually very rice-like.
All right. Excellent. Yeah, no, that looks ricey enough to me. It'll pass.
Going to pass rice mustard.
Yeah. It feels no mustard in the rice. That'd be weird.
No mustard in the rice. Passing mustard as rice. All right. So that, I forgot to bring my washing tray. All right. Everything's going in the food water after we've made use of it. But we can't mix things right now. All right. Next two, make the omelet. Add water up to the line on the side in the spiral selection. Add powder from the powder packet. So I'm actually going to, at this point, do a little trimming.
My question is, who puts omelets in their sushi?
Oh no, this is very popular.
Oh, I do that.
No, that's weird.
I do not care for it, personally. I actually have a very upsetting story about it myself. So I cannot stand eggs. It's nothing against them. It's just at some point my body was like, no more eggs. And now the smell of them.
No more eggs.
Is very upsetting. I used to frequent this restaurant, this Japanese restaurant by my school when I was in college. And we were there so often that we often went there for my birthdays and whatnot. And they knew us by sight. They, brought things out specifically for us, gave us freebies all the time. It was very nice. In particular, they knew that I liked a lot of sugar in my my green tea. So they would actually bring a little vat, like the powder packets on the table of sugar was insufficient. They brought out a little vat of sugar for me.
Oh.
And so they're like, oh, you like sweet things. We made you something special for your birthday. We made you egg sushi. Now, I can't do sushi on a good day, and then you throw egg on it, and they're like, it's super sweet. And I'm like, thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm sitting there next to this plate of sushi, and all of me is still. You know when you're in danger and you just go still? I'm like, what do I do, right? Because I can't offend these guys. I love them, and I want to come back here. So as soon as the guy goes back to get the rest of the meal, one of my friends, an angel, turns to me and says, want me to eat that real quick for you? And I was like, oh my God, yes. And they inhaled it in the second he went behind the sushi bar to get other things. And I was like, oh my God. Never in my life been in greater danger.
From egg sushi.
All right, so now we need...
I like fruit in my sushi.
tell if you can see. There's little, it's like a little mold down there. Not like a candy mold type of thing.
To make it look more omelette-y or something.
Because you kind of, the omelet sushi is folded many times like a sword in the fire there. It's a key look to the omelet sushi.
Omelet passed down generation by generation.
All right, so here we go. Omelet candy powder with my scissors. And powder pack. All right. Yeah, pour this in there.
What are you guys talking about? It's that I can't eat the tiny candy sushi.
You're welcome to come visit me in New Jersey. So again, we have a white powder.
Through New Jersey later.
Well, when you come, I think I showed you the other last time we had an event that I have like 20 of these different variety packs. I chose this one because it has a nice variety of candy gelatin type things that it's creating. All right. So this one is now. All right, so now it's in its little mold. It's thinking about becoming, as we all think about becoming. Let's see. This one we have to wait 3 minutes for. Someone set a timer.
I am on my phone. Jillian!
Oh, wait, I got this. Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes.
No, Jillian looks like Jillian has a timer. She's got us covered.
Okay. Well, we're going to need another one, so you'll get timer number 2. All right, so now we're making the tuna. Add water to the line on the wavy section, and then add powder from the red packet mix. All right. Same deal. I'm sorry, I didn't show you the mold on this one, but trust me that it's lined like a nice piece of tuna.
A nice piece of tuna should just be flat, shouldn't it?
Well, like it has the
that is many onions,
the flesh
Jillian. What are you gonna do with all those onions, Jillian?
That's a lot of onion.
Make onion guac.
I already used some of them too.
Where did they all come from?
All right, here's the tuna candy.
You can only order vegetables in such small quantities online, and this was the smallest quantity I could get of green onions, and I wanted green onions.
Well, now here we are.
Yeah.
But now I can grow more.
Excellent.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful cat. That looks
the scent
very
of this
juicy.
has also gotten up my nose. So I should mention this one. So some of these, if you ever search on here on assorted online venues for this, I should warn you, they come in a variety of flavors. Some of them, most of them taste like various candies, you know, like it'll taste like cola candy, or, you know, different things will taste like different, like this one, this part is cherry, this one tastes like cola, this one tastes like melon. This one is kind of unique in that every single thing in it, every single part, even though it's all going to look very different, tastes like grape. I don't know why. It's the only one I know of that does that.
All just grape.
Everything is grape. The rice is grape. The tuna is grape. The egg is grape. The salmon roe is grape. The only thing that is not grape flavored is this. And I'm still not quite sure that it's not grape flavored. Pretty grape. But there is one I will warn you against, and that is the what is it? Shoot. Oh no, this is very important information for you to know. I'm blanking on the name, but it's the octopus balls. So there's a treat in Japan, and it is basically octopus ball, not octopus ball, like pieces of octopus inside a fluffy outer shell, almost like a corn dog.
Takoyaki.
Takoyaki, yes.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
You'll notice that on all of these it says tenoshi before whatever thing. Tenoshi means delicious, and it says tenoshi omiyaki. It's not. It's disgusting. Thank you. Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes.
The pretend squid ball mini food candy isn't good.
Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes.
One of our timers
No, it's the
has
worst. It's the worst, and I'll tell you why. All right, so it's
Cat.
Oh, you have it? You got it.
Timer went off.
Oh, we're good. It's the worst, and I'll tell you why. The problem is it's meant to actually taste like it.
It's imitating squid balls.
Right? There's the fluffy food part, like the breaded part, is something that you're actually microwaving. And before you microwave it, you put a candy jelly in it. The candy jelly is meant to taste like real meat. If you microwave candy jelly that is fish flavored in the microwave, first off,
Ew.
yeah, that was never gonna be okay. But second off, it tastes like if you ever hear like storage wars where like they go and they you bid on an old storage unit that's been like shut up and closed for like 30 years. Imagine there were tiny pieces of ham in there. And then you put them inside breading and microwave that in the microwave. Imagine that flavor and then know that it was in my mouth once. Not even ham. Like ham that was sitting on octopus during those 30 years. Don't get that one. Just trust that I did it for you. Where are we? Okay. We got tuna. Now we're making the seaweed. Where's the seaweed? You didn't know this is comedy hour as well.
So you buy these? I missed where you bought these. Do you buy these online? Like
online, yeah. There's a couple places that you can get them reliably from. There's a couple of places that you can roll the dice on. Usually they're going to be somewhere between, probably the cheapest you're going to see them is about $3.50, not including shipping. And then they can get increasingly expensive from there. If you see the English ones, there's some in some certain stores like maybe Box Lunch, American Eagle, weirdly, maybe like a Hot Topic. Some odds and ends stores might have them. They usually go for around $5, maybe $6. But like really popular ones could get up to be like $7-8, and again, that might be before shipping. Like
it might taste like fossilized squid
ones
balls,
that are really pinoche. What? What'd you say?
I said they might. You always have to roll the dice that you might get fossilized squid ball flavor.
Well, I mean, you'll see on the picture, there's a little squid man making squid balls. Don't get that one.
Don't trust the squid balls. Got it.
Alexa, cancel. If you see that, like, you're getting a selection, and that's one of the things pictured that you might get, don't go there. Go to a different website. Don't get squid balls.
I'm also amused by the everything tastes like grape. Looks like lots of different things, but don't worry. It all tastes like grape.
For instance, this one is a little donuts, right? The vanilla donuts taste like vanilla. Chocolate tastes like chocolate. The pink stuff tastes like strawberry.
Yeah, that's what makes sense to me.
Everything tastes like grape.
Everything tastes like grape doesn't make sense to me, but like is a very big 2020 mood.
Right?
It's just all grape.
So now we're gonna make the dried seaweed.
So the seaweed tastes like grape?
Yeah. I mean, you can't.
Logical.
Trust in me. Trust in me that it tastes like grape. Everything tastes like grape.
It's weird.
So if you just
the weird black stuff. The black ball of that's our okay.
So this is gonna be this kind of sushi, the one with the little balls on it. So this is our seaweed. Alright. I like to make it a little high, get a little more row in there.
Tall sushi.
So I have from a different candy pack more of these. So I have an extra row if we have, or an extra sushi if we have a lot of row. The row is the best part.
I'm
All
excited
right.
for the row.
Oh, you should be. It does taste like grape. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's grape involved here. Okay. So what is this one supposed to be? Oh, this is probably the soy sauce. Yeah, that's the soy sauce. You know what the soy sauce tastes like?
One guess?
Imagine a world in which grape rice with grape fish on it needed a little more grape flavor, and that's going to be our soy sauce.
That's gonna be our grape soy sauce.
To make the row. Okay, add water, blah, blah, blah. Up to the lines on B and A. There's B.
I decided my fry bread is now going to be scallion fry bread.
Ah.
Oh,
Ooh,
all right.
have a girl. Bloop.
I'm very sleepy, but I'm going to watch this to the end because it is vital.
Very important.
Heal you,
How am
Corianne.
I doing on time? I can't believe I've already wasted a half an hour of your lives.
I'm loving this so much. And I'm
All
so
right.
sleepy. And I have to write ceremony tomorrow morning.
Add packet from the green packet.
Green for
Add packet. Powder from the green packet to section A. Okay. This is important. If you fuck this up right here, you're not going to get row. Mm-mm.
oh, fuck it up.
And this is the most important part because, as I've said,
The
row
row
is
is
the
the
best.
most the grape row is the most important of the grape flavored extravaganza that we're creating here.
Yes. All right. So where's my? Oh no! Where's my mixing shovel? It's cool. I got a spare.
I'm
Spare
watching this
shovel.
and I'm really thinking I need to get these and make them for my nieces and nephew.
So I made them for my nieces and nephew, and they didn't appreciate that everything tasted because I definitely did this one with them. I feel like this one
grape.
is the most visually appealing, but as I said, everything tastes like grape.
Doesn't the donut one look like it would be very visually appealing? But I believe you.
Yeah. Well, so the donut one is also fun. We did the donut one, this one, and there's a fair one I have that I'm not gonna go get right now. But I've lost. Oh,
Don't fuck this bit up. This is the row bit. Cat, come on, man.
where's the other packet? Oh, here it is. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my god, could you imagine if I messed up the row bit?
You can't mess up the row bit. Maybe your nieces and nephew are just uncultured to that of tiny grape flavored fruits.
They didn't like any of it. They're like,
Well,
it's
how old are yours,
I'm
Kat?
like, it's a gummy. It's gonna be cold and gross.
How old are your nieces and nephew?
Like 15 and 18 at the time.
Okay. Mine are a little bit younger.
Or maybe more like, yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, my oldest is 16.
Okay. There might be
So
still
that's why
time.
I think I still have time. Like if I do it now.
Try it. Yeah, it's exciting.
They're middle school.
I love
and
it.
16.
What?
Like, I actually bought tiny Kingdom Hearts figures so that when I make these, I can show off my tiny Kingdom Hearts figures standing next to giant food. It's tiny food. All right, so now here's the exciting part. Ready? Let's see. All right, so we've mixed them well. We're not mixing them together. It's very important. Be careful. All right. Oh, so we have to wait. All right. We can't do this yet. Oh, wait, no. It is time? Mix well. Aha, here we go. All right, so this is the really exciting part. Everybody can see? Yes?
I can see. My cat can come in. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, but she didn't like come in until I actually opened the thing.
Is this the row? Look, they're
Right? Actual
Science.
magic.
Somebody write this
Actual-
down so it's science.
Actual magic that's science.
Science magic. It's delightful. It's the best tiny
So
grapefruit.
cool.
Absolutely worth the wait, right?
It's definitely worth the wait.
But yeah, there's something
I was-
magical about the water that I'm dripping it into that we mixed, because we mixed some mixture in there, right? And it's causing a surface tension that's going to hold it together. And then while it's sitting and waiting for us to do other things, they're going to solidify into these little jelly balls. So when we take it out of the stuff, it's going to maintain that shape.
Now these little jelly balls will taste like grape and not
Yes,
octopus
yes,
ham.
they will. What?
What?
You're catching on, yes.
Nope.
They're going to taste like grape.
I have been Kat's assistant. I've been the socially distant scientific assistant.
Fuck around, find out.
Fuck around, find out. I don't know, Kat, have you followed? There was a meme that went around. It was like a variant on the "Don't Tread on Me" that was just fuck around and find out with an alligator.
Uh-huh.
But then somebody reshared it as the scientific method explained, which is fuck around, find out. And I live by that now.
That's not a wrong way to live.
Yes, it works.
Oh, we're running out of red juice. Oop, that's a long one. That was a long fish.
Big row.
It's got that big row energy.
I think I may have made Kimba uncomfortable.
What?
Yeah,
sorry.
Gwen is busy terrifying our driveway hosts. That's all.
Oh. Let's see. Okay, so that's our row sitting there. Hopefully they won't hatch into grape fish while we're waiting here. All right, so now we need to actually sushi this up. So we're gonna
Just heard what you said. It just wow.
what? Sushi it up?
No, turn into grape fish. That's how I process that. That's how slow.
I really wish I had some like sweet grape flavored Swedish fish over to the side, and I could be like, no! What had science wrought? So I don't know how well that's showing up, but doesn't that look like a little rice ball? Like texture wise? I know my shaping is not
It
great.
do. It's perfect.
Oh my gosh.
I remind you, this is going to taste like grape. And then we're gonna do our, let's see, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like this is not as much rice as I normally get. I feel like this particular packet has shorted me on rice. That might do for that one. Nope. Nope. Yeah, and then, all right, let's see. Time to make the rice balls. I'm onigiri over here.
Ooh, rice balls.
So I don't know if you know, but in Japan, there's a story where on the moon, there's a little bunny that makes rice balls. And that's what they see when they look at the man on the moon. Which I've
It's
never personally seen the shape of the man on the moon. To me, it always looks like a lady with long hair and a shield. But if you've
I've
ever
always
watched...
seen-
What?
I've always seen a Tyrannosaurus Rex holding an Easter basket.
Nice. Very nice.
Well,
But yeah, so if you're ever a fan of Sailor Moon, and wondered why her name, depending on which variant of the show you're watching or reading, is Usagi or Bunny. In the US, I think she's just called Serena, which is just, that's the moon. But Usagi means rabbit, and Bunny, of course, is a bunny rabbit.
Bunny.
And the reason why she's got that as her name is because she's the little bunny from the moon, and that's why there's bunny stuff on her, like toys and bed sheets and stuff like that. It's just a reference to that old story.
That's cool.
I have many useless facts.
Man, you and I, the one time that were super useful during trivia night, I can tell you the last time we, the French used a guillotine as a form of execution. Yeah. 1974.
Do we know who?
Yeah. Somebody who really deserved it.
Gee, thanks.
He was just terrible. Like, when you read his rap sheet, you're like, yeah, all right, that's fair.
That's pretty intense.
I'll come back and keep
You have lived a life where that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So now our timers have rung.
Him and Jeff Bezos. Woo.
Our timers have rung. So now we get to work on our jellies here. Now, here's the interesting thing. So this is egg, right? This is the egg sushi. It's gonna actually have that little lining on it. Whoop. I dropped the egg. So tamago is egg in Japanese. If I think about it for a minute, I could probably remember what rice is. Nope. So we have the rice, we have the egg, we have the tuna, and we have the roe. And I remind you, these all taste like grape. The egg is absolutely the worst. As much as the roe is the best, like 100% the best.
What is the egg, like the most grapey of the grape or the most eggy of the grape? Like, what makes it?
It's definitely the eggiest of the grape. Like, so I'm gonna try and show you. If you can see, the egg is like weirdly wet and slimy, like actual egg.
Huh,
I don't know why
like
the texture
texturally.
holds true. It's so gross. All right, so now we're going to make our sushi guy here. Whoop. Whoop. So this is not easy. We will try and get it all on camera as best I can. So we're basically making a little neck of the. So this is as our seaweed or gnocchi. Yeah, still can't remember rice, but I can remember seaweed. Get that in there. Gonna need the rest of that rice. All right. So we've made a little bed.
Beautiful.
Now we're gonna put our roe on there. Now you may say, well, Kat, they didn't give you a roe shovel. They gave you a regular shovel. To that I say, I have more tools.
A
I have the right
specific
tool for the job.
row shovel.
I have a rowing fork. Look at that!
I wouldn't recommend
so beautiful.
rowing with a fork. Forks are terrible to row with.
Well, in this one circumstance, worked out pretty good.
I want
How
them
beautiful
to
these
pop.
eggs are!
I want them to pop in your mouth like regular roe does.
They do!
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
It's still great, but I appreciate the textural component.
So that's the thing about this one in particular. The texture is 100% on point for all of these, except for,
Alright.
I guess, the seaweed. Obviously, that tastes more like a Starburst.
No more
Like
crunch
texture-wise.
with the Starburst one, yeah.
All right. So now I'm going to eat them and let you know what they taste like.
I'm so excited.
All right. So this is our egg. This is our tamago All right. I'm gonna see if I can get you. So there's a nice little texture going on there. So you got your egg swirl. Put this in my mouth, and it's gonna be totally gross because I hate eggs. And the texture is true.
Different textured grape does have some odd appeal, though.
Huh. The rice is fine.
Good job surviving your egg sushi.
Tasted like grape. All right. So now we'll do. Thank you.
Oh,
So
that
this is
looks
the-
very tuna-y.
Yeah, right? It looks very tuna-y. The small cat hair I'm going to remove, but then I'm going to eat it. So. Tuna. So again, the texture is pretty good for tuna. I mean, it tastes like grape, but somehow a much thicker, like a fish to egg ratio of thickness going on there. And now, the very best.
Yeah.
I love roe. I love caviar. I don't know why. I feel like I shouldn't, but I do. I like the little pop. It's so beautiful. Look at these little eggs. So beautiful.
They're perfect.
It already tastes like grape. Smells like grape.
You have way more roe than you have space
I know.
for roe. You just gonna use the little fork to shovel a roe into your face? Because that's an option.
There's an option. That is delightful. It is so good. I think I will take a little forkful of roe. There. Pop them. And pop. Delightful. And they taste like grape.
I love you all so much, and I'm going to go to bed now.
Good night.
That was the best tiny food demonstration. Good night.
I'm happy that it pleased you. Glad you enjoyed. All right, so that was tiny food. We still have 13 minutes of my hour left, so I'm actually going to turn off the recorder, and then